Welcome everyone to this lesson, depending on where you're watching from. Some of you are getting a bonus free lesson. Some of you are inside of Refining Feel, my program for colts that have 60 to 90 days on, and you're wanting to install those fancier buttons, getting more shoulder control, hip control, really the foundation of a performance horse, whether you want to go into roping, dressage, barrels, cutting reining. This is the kind of program that you want to be in. So for those of you who don't know, this is Beauty. She is a 2-year-old. She has gone through my 90-day colt starting program, Start with Feel. She came to me a completely untouched, very sensitive, very flighty, coming 2-year-old filly. She's since completed the 90 days in that program and completed the 60 days of Refining Feel. So she is really ready to go in any direction. I'm thinking just the way that she moves and how she's built and her bloodlines, she's going to be a really great cutting reining horse. We'll see how that goes. So today, as a bonus lesson, I'm going to be covering actually multiple things. Now, this filly has the foundation to be able to do all of these maneuvers. We're just refining those buttons, and we're refining how we ask, and we're refining how she picks those things up. That really creates the foundation of a lot of things. So today we are going to do some shoulder control. We're going to be doing some counter arcing in a circle, some serpentines and figure eights in a collected trot. We're also going to be doing some lead departures, and so that's really the foundation of hip control. And then we're going to be talking a little bit about the fundamentals of the barrel pattern. The barrel pattern is something that I just have all of my colts go through just as a test of being a really broke, soft horse. Just the barrel pattern, we're doing a lot of things. We're doing straight lines, we're doing rating, bending, turning, accelerating, collection, moving out. We're just doing a lot of things in both directions. So I'm just going to go ahead and get her warmed up. Just do some really beautiful soft turns. Very good. Get that good forward motion. I'm just looking for, is she going forward? And when she turns, is she really melting and moving that rib cage off of my leg? Good. Good girl. Okay, so when we talk about counter arcing, okay, and I'm really going to be speaking like you've just completed my Refining Feel program and we're kind of going into some more advanced movements. Shoulder control is I can pick up and I can move that shoulder over just like that. Okay? And I can come over here and I can pick that shoulder up and I can move it over this way. Very good. Okay? So a full counter arc circle is we're going to be coming in a circle and then we're going to pick up. She's always got to do this in a lesson. Okay, let's go this way. We're going to pick up and we're going to move in a circle. Good. And so what I'm focusing on is forward motion first. If I ever feel her stall up, I got to push her forward. And then I'm looking for shoulder control. Okay, so my right leg is up here by her shoulder, pushing that shoulder over. So I'm looking for that. Good girl. And then I'm also looking for softness right there. Beautiful. And then I bring her turn out of it. Very good. Very good. Very good. Now, ideally, we want to work up to a trot and then we want to work up to a lope, being able to do that counter arc. Okay. So let's go ahead and go the other direction. Okay. So this is for more sticky side. Okay. So I've got forward motion. I've got her shoulder. Now I'm just working on some softness here. Good. See how I'm looking to the left? Okay, I didn't have forward motion, so I squeezed. I don't have shoulder control, so I'm really going there. Good. And when they get confused like that, just get them out and just break it down and try it again. Good. 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 And this is her stickier side, so we'll just kind of get her out. When they stall up like that, it's just no use to, when they're this young, it's no use to keep pestering them like that. There's a place for that. But man, when they're young, you want to make them good. Right there. That's really beautiful. See if we can get more of that shoulder. Good, right there. Okay. I'm just going to roll that spur up. Good. Good. There. Good. There. Beautiful. I'm going to end on that. So you can just see how one side was really easy and then that other side was really sticky. So I'm going to end that for her right here and move on to something else. And then we'll go back and we'll start with this side, do this side, and then end on this side. So anytime I feel like there's a side where they're just a little bit more sticky, I'll make sure that I'm just doing that exercise just twice as much without making a big deal about it. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and just get her up into a trot and just get her moving out. And just work on some moving out and then collecting. Just get her loosened up. Get her mind right. Good. Then I'm just going to sit and squeeze and ask for a collection. Good. Good. And I'm just feathering the reins here. Good. Move out. Good. Sit. Squeeze. So she's really resisting her head there. There you go. Now when I'm collecting, remember, I'm kind of going in a little sequence here of how I ask. There, that's better. So I get her extended out, loose rein, legs just kind of bopping. And then I sit, squeeze, and then pull. See how instantly she just draws up? And then I'm really waiting. I don't want to feel any pressure on those reins. Good. She's playing with there. And then let her go. And I'm just upping the standard of every time I ask her, as she graduates from kindergarten to first grade to third grade, there, that's beautiful. The expectation just keeps getting more and more. Good. Good. Let's do a little turn. Good. Forward motion is key. Good. Good. Sit, squeeze. Good. Little turn. Good. Collect. Stop. Back up. Do a little roll back. Good. Very good. Okay, we're just going to do that again in the other direction. Then we'll talk a little bit about lead departure. Good. Sit and squeeze. Good. We lost forward momentum there, so I'm going to squeeze a little harder. Good. Good. Her friends are over here, so Good. Very good. Very good. Okay, so that was just what I was doing there was just extended trot. Bring her in, collect, do a little collected circle, move her out. That's all the beginning of putting her on the barrels, right? Whenever I'm training a horse for barrels, I break down those maneuvers that I need a horse to be able to do, and I do it out here and before I ever do it on the barrels. I want the barrels to be like, okay, we're going to finish off the sessions. Let's run through the pattern. It feels good. It feels fun. And it's not something that they dread. I see that my barrels are kind of not good here. I need to move that one over just a little bit. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is lead departures. So with lead departures, it's all about hip control. Okay, so I'm going to walk towards the camera here, and when I push this hip out like that, see how her hip is coming towards you? Good girl. And then let's do this one over here. It's gonna feel, right? There, okay? So all I'm doing is bringing my foot back and pressing the hip over while keeping the front end for the most part straight. The whole purpose of hip control is to keep that inside leg really engaged around a turn, and then also to get really crisp and clean lead departures. Okay, so let's talk about that a little bit. Now, a lot of the stuff that we're doing today, like the counter arcing in a full circle, the lead departures here, she hasn't done before. So you guys you're just seeing this, how easy these things come to a horse that has the right foundation on. Okay, so we're gonna go down this straightaway over here just to help her out. And that's what I recommend when you're doing this, is just find a straightaway. One less thing you gotta worry about. Okay, so I'm gonna face down here, and I'm gonna take my left foot and bring it back a cinch. Okay, so let's get her kind of a little bit of a trot. Good. Okay, back cinch. Good girl. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, let's come up over here. Good. So she got it, and that was really awesome. Good girl. Okay, you got it. Good. Okay. She keeps breaking down. It's all right. Good. Good. Okay. Good. Oh. Very good. Okay, now let's go the other way. So again, with this lead departure, I like to get him up to a big extended trot, and then I'm technically squeezing with both legs just to help him out to begin with, but my outside leg is farther back, so it's pressing more towards the back cinch to really put that hip under, and then they're forced to take that opposing lead. So we're going to go ahead and get the right lead over here. Good. Okay, so I'm going to get her into an extended trot. My left leg is just going to be squeezing at her rib cage. My right leg, which is my outside leg, is going to be squeezing towards the back cinch. Okay, so she didn't get it. Oh, she still didn't get it. It's all right. There we go. Easy. Woo, she's got a big stop. Okay, pick it up again. Okay, wrong lead. It's all right, girl. So it does make sense because she's got just a little more tightness over here in this shoulder and in this hip. Good. There. Easy. Good girl. That's it. So I just kind of turned her body. If you go and look at the video, I turned her body and just really had it almost turned this way and then shot her into, kind of slingshotted her into the lead. So very nice, very nice. And then I'm going to end on that because she did it really well. And now what I'm going to do is just one last thing for her is just she gets to end on the barrel pattern, right? She's done all this work. And now we get to end on the barrels. Good girl. So whenever I'm starting a 2-year-old on the barrel pattern, they already know how to go in a straight line. They already know how to rate. They already know how to turn, collected. They know all those things. So now it's just about getting them to the correct spot. Okay, so she really wanted to bow out. So I'm gonna just tuck her right there. Good girl. Then I'm gonna bring her in. Good girl. I'm gonna trot up here. Easy. Great. Beautiful. Come in here and turn. Squeeze both legs. Look at my points. Good girl. Good girl. Straighten her up. Great. Easy. Okay, she didn't want to rate, so I'm going to back her up. Good. Good. Very nice. Go around that again. So with her, she's got a baby brain still, so she's more interested in, can I just go over to my friends over there? Rather than being and I don't think she's gonna be a barrel horse. Good. Good. Around it again. Good. Okay, so she's really bracing right there. If you guys find your horse is bracing, you've got to address it right there. Good girl. Good girl. I'm asking a lot of her. She's an anxious girl, so good. That was better. Good. Good. Okay, come up here. Easy. Very nice. Very nice. Easy. Very good. I'll put her right there. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Very nice. We did a lot of stuff today. We started off with teaching our horse how to counter arc. Remember, you already need to have taught your horse shoulder control and hip control, which we've already done inside of Refining Feel. Now you can see how putting those buttons on, how it shows up in different kind of maneuvers. Now we can start to walk, trot, lope at a counter arc with those shoulders out and moving what I call like an outside circle. With the hip control, we can start getting those nice lead departures, really manipulating the hip and sending her off in the right lead departure. Next step will be trotting that counter arc. Next step will be picking up that lope in a collected lope with those lead departures. And then you saw us run through the barrel pattern, right? And just my rating points, seeing if she's gonna bow off in any direction. I'm really correcting that right there. And then we ended on a really nice little trot through right there. A little bit of everything today, just to teach them a little bit something new, get them out and moving, and then end on something fun, like barrels or ending on the cows or ending on the sled, roping. So she is also gonna become a rope horse as well. So I've been doing a lot of rope desensitizing, or resensitizing is what I call it, with her as well. And I might as well show you that since I've got you. Now you're gonna see here, in a second just how sensitive Beauty is. So she really does not like this rope. All right, she's already watchy of it. Good girl. And so I first just come up and I like to make noise, and I just try to find if there's any area where she's really iffy about. Good girl. Move over to the other side. My body position and posture is just really nonchalant. Okay. And then I got to come up here and just let her smell. That's a good girl. Come up here and pet her. Good girl. And then this shoulder here is what I call the safe zone. They're usually pretty good right here with their shoulder about starting to introduce and conditioning confidence with them. So I like to start here, take a step back, move up here towards the saddle, take a step back. You can see how much better she is now after doing a lot of this. And if you do find a sticky spot with your horse, you need to stick with it until they stop moving, they relax, and then you can release the pressure. Good girl, Beauty. She's just really come a long ways. Good girl. Okay, perfect. Then the next step of that is you want to get this rope out, because now it's going to look totally different when you get this rope out here and making this sound right here. So you're kind of perking up a little bit, like, wait a second, what's that? And then you get this out here and you want to make some noise with it. See how she's kind of perking up? So I'm just going to wait until she relaxes. She's looking good. Bring this up here in a big open loop like that. Good. Okay. Then you can start bringing it over their head. It's getting closer to their ears and just watching. Good girl. Just talk to her. Good girl. Good girl. I like to just drape it over their head. This might hit them in the head at some point. Good girl. Come under here. If at any point your horse does move and they're getting all tangled up, just go ahead and drop the rope. So I love this because this just shows me just how much confidence Beauty has built with this rope, because we end every session doing this stuff. Okay. Good girl. Good girl. Okay, and then the final step here. Got that trailer door whipping around. That's all right. Good for him. One cool thing about living in a really windy area is that you start colts in the wind and they just learn to deal with it. Good girl. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get up. You're okay. You're okay. And I'm just gonna be ready with her. Sometimes it's brand new when you've got this noise coming from up here. And I always say, if anything ever happens, just drop your rope, right? Let's come out here a little bit. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Ahead. And then eventually, probably this next session, I just like to have them see it in their eye here. Good girl. Touch him on the butt. Good girl. Good girl. Okay. Then I'm just gonna shorten this just so I have a little more control. Good girl. Okay. And now the other little test here is to go ahead and toss it. And you just want to see if you can reel it back up. Good girl. And the next thing we'll do is we'll drag a little post. And so she can get used to that too. She can get used to very good. So if she was moving back and she was flaring her nostrils and getting all excited, I'd probably get down and say, okay, this is the resistance she's got going on. And so I would get off and work with her. Good girl. It's a totally different thing when that rope starts following you. Good girl. Good. I'm going to end right there. And then in the next session, we'll go ahead and rope that log over there. And we'll drag it, and I'll lead her so that she can get used to that behind her. Another great way to do that is pony a horse. Get on a horse that is used to dragging along, and then you ride next to them when the other person is dragging that log so that they can get a feel, they can get a gist of, oh, that log's moving, interesting. You can ride them ahead so that log is following you, but you're not tied off to anything. So just a couple options, but she did really good there. So we're just going to leave it at that, and then we'll pick up roping and dragging in the next session.